Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Bose 831 Gaming, once again, live on Twitch on Wednesday night. It's Bose 831 Gaming. And once again, we're playing Farming Simulator 22. And we're on the ELM Creek farm. And this is a continuation of my live stream Twitch series for the Farming Simulator 22 game. Just dropping right in, picking right up where we left off from last week. And first of all, before we really get started and get into it, I just want to welcome everyone that's tuning in, whether you're catching me live on Twitch tonight or you're catching the replay over on YouTube. Just welcome. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your support. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what's up. Just whatever in general. Let's go. Let's get it out there. Let's communicate. Let's coordinate. Let's motivate. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Just trying to picking up from where we left off last week. We were in the process of baling. We had just harvested field 54, and we also did our baling. And let's see, did we already? Let's see, we still have the harvester because I literally just dropped off right and left it where we were at. Okay, yeah, we got the barley that we harvested from this field. And I'm sorry, I'm having senior moments here. Field 54. I'm going to go ahead and take that barley that we harvested over to our farm, to the grain silo in our main farm. So let's go ahead and do that now. And alright, and you see I'm having fun driving as usual, doing that little stunt driving bit. Alright, and we got a fairly decent harvest off of that field. It's the field had an existing crop when we purchased. Having a little tongue twister moments here. When we purchased it, so we just went ahead and let that maintain that crop and let that crop grow until it was ready to be harvested. But now we're actually going to fully work that field and do all the things we need to do so that we're maximizing our harvest potential in precision farming, because we didn't really set this field up for precision farming just yet because it already had a crop on there, and I didn't want to remove that crop and start all over from scratch, since we already had a crop on that field that was already in a certain growth state, and it didn't make sense to kind of reset that field just yet. But now that we harvested this field, we can go ahead and reset that field now and start over and do everything we need to do to get the highest environmental score possible for that field. All right. So we've dumped our harvested barley into the main grain silo on the farm, and I think we're done with this truck for right now. So we're gonna go ahead and park it, so we don't have any more loads we need to haul right at the moment. I'm struggling with my words this afternoon. I don't know what's going on there. All right, and we leased we finished with our baler here, so we can go ahead and take this baler back to our main, into our garage or silo. And I'm really struggling tonight. I know some of it is, it's like, I really was late getting my supper in this afternoon, so I'm actually right before I got in here, got on live, just trying to hurry up and eat a quick meal before I got on the stream, and literally right up to the last moment, I'm still trying to wolf some food down real quick and get a little bit of a drink in, and so I'm still kind of coming off of that. Now I really didn't even finish all of my food yet, so I still got my food sitting here, and I need to probably go ahead and try to top that off before it gets cold. But we're running up on too close to the time for me to start my live stream, so I really didn't finish everything I have here. I'm definitely going to need to probably take a moment, have a few moments of silence while I kind of finish that off before everything on my plate gets too cold. And my apologies about that. Just sometimes, you know, different things in real life kind of mess with your schedules and all of that, so you don't always get the time, all this stuff just right. But anywho, all right, so we don't need the baler anymore, so we're going to go ahead and drop that off, put that back in the shed, and now we need to go ahead and pick up the bales of straw that we got obtained from the field that we just harvested. So we want to lease a bale trailer, because presently I don't own a bale trailer. So we're just going to go ahead and lease one right now. We're going to go into the bale loaders section, and let's see what I want to do here. Well, let me go, because I don't know how many. Dadgummit. Well, let me hop over here, because I don't know. Let's do how many bales we got out here. So let me see if I can eyeball it real quick, and I kind of have a rough idea of what size bale trailer I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so guesstimating about 30. Love that math. All right, so let's go back into that menu, and we'll go to bale loaders, and we'll do this guy that holds about 32. I think that ought to be about right. We're not playing ultra realism, so we're going to do the auto load functionality. We're going to turn that on and go ahead and lease that bad boy. And we're going to hop back over to my Massey and just use that to go pick that trailer up from the shop. And it did it so quick. I hope I did leasing and not buy. Like I said, I'm totally kind of a little bit out of sorts early this afternoon as we get started tonight, so just bear with me a little bit here. Okay. Alright, so we're going to drive down to the shop, grab that bale loaders / bale trailer. We're going to come back over to field 48, pick up all those bales, and we're going to bring those bales over to our animal area where our cows and our pigs are, and we'll use those straw bales. Cycle them into the rotation for straw that's we can use for our cows and our pigs and our horses and whatever animals need are in need of straw. Although technically I just buy the straw for the horses right out of the silo, but I could also somewhere down the line just haul my own bales that I produce over there. It just depends on where my mind's at the moment and what I feel like doing. Alright, so we got the bale trailer, and we're going to take that back over to field 48 and grab all those bales that we have over there. And then we're going to start work on getting field 48 prepared for the next harvest, and also set up properly so that we can get our best environmental score for precision farming. Alright, so we're going to select operating position, and that should turn on the auto loading function. And once that's turned on, and all we should have to do is just drive close enough to the bales to kind of snap them up and let the auto load function do the rest. And I sincerely hope I didn't undercount and we got just the right size trailer for the job. But we shall see how great my math was. Alright, so we're just taking it all around and just doing a little drive-by. for all the little bales that are out here in the field and just kind of scoop them up. Oops. Don't want to try to punt them. We actually want to scoop them up. Just drive close to them and let the trailer kind of magically scoop them up. Or scoop them up. And again, such a struggle with my words today. I just don't get it. It's like every other word is a tongue twister tonight. Just bear with me, folks. I'm there. All right. Are we going to make it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this thing. All right. Swinging back around. One more bale. There's a big 3 over there. A 1, a 2, and a 3. Then swing back around. And there's 2 more. Those are like the last 2. So it looks like we're in good shape, and I didn't grossly overestimate and I didn't grossly underestimate, although it's very close. I only would have had, I think there's probably what, 1, 2, or just that 1, and then I think it pops 4 more on the top of somewhere thereabout. So it's not that far off from what it would have took to max it out. So now we're going to go ahead and take these bales over to our animal area. Since we're on the road, we're not auto-loading anything else. We just select transporting position. So now we're in the transport mode. And we're hauling our bales over to our animal area. Now, I think the last stream I also kind of talked about maybe chopping up my current design for my horse area and moving a few things around and seeing if I can move that area out and kind of smooth out the terrain over there and then place everything back down. But I've also indicated on that last stream and other streams how much of a struggle it's been for me trying to use FS22's terrain editing and landscaping tools to try to get terrain smoothed out. It's really a bit challenging, and in my humble opinion, just a little bit more challenging than it was in 19. 22 added some great features to the landscaping, but there's still, in my humble opinion, a lot of areas where they can definitely improve with that. And again, I'll say it again, one of the things I like to see them add as far as the terrain editing stuff goes is to have some kind of grid on the game when you're in that editing mode, so you can kind of have a better visual representation of what the contours in the ground that you're attempting to see, there we go with the words play again, that you're attempting to edit what's actually going on with it, so you can better make judgments on what type of terrain edits you actually need to do. Alright, so here we are back on the yard. Here's what I'm going to do. Operating, because I want to try to reorganize the bales in this entire area so we're not wasting that much space here. So I'm going to come through here, and let me see how I can do this, because I don't want to accidentally snap up any of my hay bales and kind of have that little bale apocalypse that I had on one of my other prior videos, if you guys remember. Alright, so now we got, it's 32, and as you can see what I was talking about the 4 on the top, so we just snapped up everything that's there. And I'm just going to bring this over, unload bales. And I want to bring this just over to the side and put all these bales over to the side for the moment. So we're gonna, yeah, they're kind of ethereal right now, so they're just kind of floating and like doing that whole ethereal magic thing, you know. All right, we're gonna unload bales here. Reset. Now here comes the tricky part. What I want to do now And I hope I can do it without having to bring some other equipment into play, but I may have to do it because I don't want to accidentally snap up my hay bales that are over there. But let's see, operating position, and let's see how, if we can get close enough to kind of snap these guys up. Yep. But if I play with it too much, we're gonna run into problems with the crud. Don't you get over there too close and snap those up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to still grab do it this way. Just come around and just use my other setup to bring those bales out and not risk accidentally snapping up my hay bales with the auto load functionality. Alright, so we're going to grab our handy dandy bale spikes and we're going to move those bales just out of that area altogether. That's just probably just a lot more less of a headache way to do it. So we're just going to grab them for the most part, one by one or two by two, and see if I can and just kind of get them out here near the trailer. And since it still has the auto load piece turned on, it just snaps them right up, which is exactly what I'm looking for. All right, and y'all, you're watching my my bale spike mastery at play here. All right, so I'm gonna grab these two, do the same thing. When we put them down, the trailer should kind of snap them right on up. That's what I'm looking for. All right, you got two more to go. Let's see if we can get these both in one trip and not have to make multiple trips. All right, let's get my spikes lined up and then kind of see if we can bring the tractor over to the side. They got one of the two. There, we got them both. Now we just need them to stay on there and not fall off. I will try to get the tractor situated to the right position so that we can drop them off close to the trailer. Great, excellent. That's what we're looking for. Boom, boom. All right, that job was a success. All right, so we got that knocked out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and drop this setup off, back off. Oops, wrong button. Drop the front loader off right now. We don't need that right now. We can go ahead and park the John Deere tractor. We're done with it momentarily. All right. And we can go back over to our Massey. And all right, you want to set this load to transport and bring this out here and just put these off to the side for right now. So now we want to unload bales. Oops, wasn't trying to, just want to go left to right. I don't want to do all that other. Whoa, 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 what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, what the heck is, I don't know what the heck is happening right now. This is insane. Okay, that is insane. I utterly just don't know what, it's doing it again. What the heck is going on? Whoa. All right. You folks are seeing that live, right? Unload bales here. Let's reset and whoa, that's just, where am I? My tractor just took off and we went in outer space, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know, where am I? Oh my gosh, I got catapulted halfway across the map. Where am I? I'm over. Holy cow. That's just crazy. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around what the heck just happened. All right. I don't know what kind of bug or what glitch we just encountered, but that was just crazy. And you have to see it to believe it. I really don't know what that was. We just went flying in the air randomly and landed halfway across the map. So after all that excitement, I'm gonna drive back to the farm, to the animal area on my farm, and we're gonna attempt to continue to do what we were trying to do. Right now I'm just a little shaken up. I don't even know how to explain what just happened. I've never seen anything like that when I'm playing this game. I've seen some weird bugged out stuff from time to time, but that's one of the wildest things I've ever seen. All right. Just wow right now. I'm just totally taken aback right now. All right, well, we're back at the animal area, and we're gonna try this again, and hopefully we won't take you on a trip to Farming Simulator Outer Space again. So let's go hit that one more time, and all right, I'm gonna just move these bales to the side. Which controls? Which, dang it. What controls the horizontal and the vertical? I don't, that's what I'm not getting right now. Is that I thought that was with the right stick as well. And the front and back, I'm only able to move the side to side. Okay, when I'm doing left bumper, nothing's happening. Okay, when I do right bumper, I'm only getting one set of controls right now. Just unload. Wait a minute. Something's weird is really happening right now. Yes. Operating position. Alright, there we go. I wasn't getting the joystick wasn't letting me move them up and down. I don't know. Unload, but okay. Here we go. Unload bales here. That was, I'm still mad confused right now. Alright. Reset the trailer. Alright, we're gonna grab all these bales now and get that full load on the trailer. And set it to transporting position so we don't accidentally grab some of these other bales. And now we're gonna roll back over here on the side to that area where the bales were previously stored, and we want to carefully, allegedly, move these bales over in this area. There we go. And again, they're super ethereal, so I should just be able to just slide them right through and position them however I need, and just back up just a little bit with my magic ethereal bales. And once I got them kind of in the right spot, more or less, making sure they're not clipping into the side of the trailer there, as being the shed, and then unload. Oh crud. Let's try that again. Moving up. Unload bills here. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. Now, this next little bit, we should be able to reset the trailer, go back to operating position, come back and grab these other guys, set it to transporting so that we don't accidentally grab everything else. And we're going to come back around and try to put these in front of those that we just sat down. And if I do this right, we should just be able to go right there and just kind of bring them down, but not too far down. Back that up and try to make it all nice and neat. But we don't want to bump into them, because even though they're kind of magic right now, if I run them into the existing bales that are not magic, it still will disturb them. So they, even though they behave like they don't have mass, they do. It's just really weird. But trust me on that. We don't want to. If we back up too far, we will disturb the bales that are stacked right there. So just unload. I keep forgetting to do that first. I'm supposed to select unload bales first and then move them into the spot that we want them. And then we come back in there and select unload bales here, and they should drop right in there. And there we go. That was a lot of trouble for what should have been a very simple thing, but I think we got it all figured out, more or less. Alright, so we no longer have a need for that bale trailer, so we can go ahead and send that one back. Bale. Alright. We're finished with the harvester. We can send that harvester back. And all of its related accessories, although we will need it on the next business day when our other crops are ready to be harvested, but we don't need it for today, so we don't need to pay those additional leasing costs right at the moment. Alright, so after all that adventure, we are now ready to move on to the next thing that we need to do, and that's what we really need to do is go back over to field 48 and let's take a look at it from the filters menu and also from the precision farming menu, and kind of assess where we're at and what we might need to do with that field going forward. Alright, well, let's go back over here. And see what we have going on. By default, all the fields that are in this game have stones on them by default. So when you buy them and you come in and you need to do all your precision farming stuff, you got to figure out how to de-stone the fields and all of that good stuff. Now what I need to test right now, because I don't know if I grab a stone picker, if the game will let me pick up the stones with the stone picker as they are now, or will I have to come through with a plow to kind of reset the state of the stones, even though they're clearly there. But the way this game is real weird with this stuff, with these stones at times, especially with these base game fields, as I like to call them. It's really it's just they don't always behave like you think they should, because if you see stones there and you run across this field with the stone picker at any time, you would think the stone picker should be able to sense them and pick them up. But that's not always the case, depending on what state the field is in, which is, in my humble opinion, kind of a little glitchy bit. But you know, it is what it is. I guess that's how Giants decided to design the game. They didn't make it to where if stones appear in the field at any time, you can come in that field with the stone picker, as long as those stones are present visually on the field, that you can come in and pick those stones with the stone picker. You can only do it during when the field's in certain states. So we're going to test that out right now, and I'm going to see if we're in one of those windows now where it'll let me pick them up with a stone picker, or I might need to just bite that bullet and run over the field with a plow to reset the stones all together for the entire field. So we're going to check that out right now and see exactly what the game's going to give me. So we're going to go lease a stone picker, and in the interest of team not wanting to spend a lot of time on it, I'm going to lease the biggest one we can, even though it's definitely overkill for a field that size. And we're going to grab that from the stone picker from the shop and drive back over to that field and see what the game will or won't let me do. I'm really hoping that it'll let me just run this stone picker right over the field as it's at the state it's in the harvested state that it's in right now, and I don't have to do something else to reset the state of the field before we can remove those stones from the field. But we're definitely about to. Did I pass my turn? Yeah, I missed my turn. Definitely about to test that whole idea out here. Always have to know the bakery and the Mi Familia family restaurant. That's literally what it says, right? My family. My Spanish is not that great, but I think that's a pretty standard one there. Alright, so let's get the stone picker unfolded, drop it on down, turn it on, and see what we can get. And just like I told you, this game is weird, and I think that's very glitchy or unrealistic in my humble opinion here, but it is what it is. When you see stones in this field, if you run over the field with a stone picker, you should be able to pick it up anytime, any place. But I guess the design team at Giants seems to think differently. Maybe somebody can explain it better, the logic behind that, but I don't think that logic, should. If there's stones in the field, you should be able to run through the field at any time with a stone picker and pick up the stones. And that's just my opinion of it. Alright. So, looks like whether I want to or not, I'm going to have to plow with this field and reset the stones in the field before I can remove the stones from the field. And again, all the default fields on the maps have stones in them. And the base game maps have stones in them. Alright, so I'm going to grab my plow, and this is a modded plow. I don't have the information available on who the mod maker is right off the top of my head, but this is a Liz 6MT 9MT Plow Mod. You can find this on the Mod Hub in-game, the Mod Hub, Giants Mod Hub. It's a 6MT 9MT, and it's a very handy dandy plow. This is a mod also in popular mod Farming Simulator 19, except in 19 they only had the 6 MT mode. They didn't have the 9 MT mode, if I'm not mistaken. But now it's all in one mod, and you can just take it to the shop and modify it so it can either be the 6 MT or the 9 MT. 6 meter, and that's literally 6 meters or 9 meters. All right, so we're gonna unfold the plow, and we gonna have to plow the field, just kind of dig the stones up, I guess, using the logic that the game wants us to use. So we got to kick the stones back up, even though they're already there, so that we can come through and pick them up with the stone picker. So I'm going to turn the worker loose on that one for a little bit and let him kind of hammer that out. But where did I leave? Oh yeah, I think it's over to the side, so it's not in the way. But yeah, that's a game mechanic that I don't quite agree with Giants on with this one. All right. And while that worker's doing that, I'm going to take this moment real quick to kind of gobble down and hopefully don't choke my little snack that I was trying to scarf down right before I got on the live. So just give me a moment there. I'm gonna go silent just for a little bit, and I'll be right back with you in just a few. But we're gonna watch the worker here kind of plow this field up, and then we're gonna come back in. So I'm gonna put myself on mute momentarily, but I'm still here. Alrighty then, everyone. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just had to try to get that quick meal in before it's too late tonight. Old man problems. But anywho, just wanted to try to look up real quick about the, see what the mod maker was. I want to see his Rico kicks for the 6 and 2, 9 and 2 file. Let's see. Actually, way off. It's by Black Sheep Body. It's called the 6MT 9 and 2 Blizzard Subserver 6MT 9 and 2. And you can find this on the in-game mod. Just download that. It's a bad boy. Really, really great. One of my favorite mods of all time. And again, I started using it with 19. And I think I've told you the history of how I kind of got into Farming Simulator. Long story short, it was I'm a Game Pass subscriber on Xbox. It was one of the games promoted on Farming Simulator 17 was one of the games promoted on one of the Game Pass. Well, the way Game Pass works is just you have so many games that are promoted every month. You can download the games when they're on Game Pass, quote unquote, quote for free, but you're really paying for subscription every month. So the games are not free, but you don't have to buy the game to necessarily play games. But the way Game Pass works is the game's only available on Game Pass for a certain period of time. However long that period is kind of random depending on whatever deal the developer strikes with Microsoft, with the exception of the games that are by Microsoft. Studios are on there all the time. In fact, games developed by Microsoft Studios, when they're released, those games for the most part are available on Game Pass the same day and date they go on sale. They're also available on Game Pass. So, not a Microsoft shield by any means, even though I am very much pro Xbox, because it's pretty much the main system I've gamed on outside of Nintendo. I'm on previous iterations of the PlayStation, except I stopped the last PlayStation on PS2. But I've owned a bunch of different game systems, but I was one of the original owners of the OG Xbox back when it was a gigantic PC machine. Although for many years Microsoft just stuck with that whole gigantic piece of machinery bit, even when they rolled out some other iterations of the Xbox. But hey, I'm getting off on a tangent. But anywho, the game was available on Game Pass and I downloaded the game just out of curiosity. Just because one of the things I like to do with some of the games that are on Game Pass that are promoted or that are free every month, sometimes you just randomly download them and give them a try just to see how they play. That's one of the cool things about it. And I downloaded this Farming Simulator 17 and I was hooked immediately. And at the time, 17, part of the reason that 17 was available on Game Pass is because it was an older version of Farming Simulator. 19 was out at the time. 17 was going on Game Pass because it was an older version. I spent a little bit of time playing 17 and I was hooked. I was like, okay, I'm trying to find a little bit more information about the game, find out about it. I saw that 19 was the latest version. So I went ahead, that's how impressed I was. I went ahead and without even sweat, purchased 19. Now the rest is history. I've been big Farming Simulator fan ever since. And I said all that just to say that this plow is one of my favorite plows from the game, going back to when I first got hooked on this thing. But I guess that was just a random tangent. But anyways, that's where we're at. It's by Black Sheep Body. Find it on the in-game mod. Alright, as usual, the wonderful job that the workers do weird stuff that the worker AI and farming simulator, all the farming simulator games can do. It seems like with every version of farming simulator, they seem to make slight improvements to the worker AI, but they still do manual stuff like these little spots you see there on the bottom edges of the field that, for whatever reason, they just straight up missing. So I gotta go like kind of make the edges of the field before we get through, kind of grab those spots that the worker just for whatever reason decided he was gonna miss those. Do the same thing with the other end, but there's always certain spots that the workers just leave for the unit to come back and kind of dress it up. And again, sometimes, these are square field. This is a square field here, so it's, believe me, it's not as bad as it could be if this field had some other kind of shape, different shaped fields, which are kind of something you would see more often in the real world. Kind of confuse the heck out of these workers. As you see, they even still have minor struggles with a perfectly square or rectangular fields. Alright, so I think we've got it hopefully. Let's bring this thing up in the PDA to kind of make sure, see what we're looking at there. If it shows us, it should show plowed state for the whole field with no little missing spots. Checking out 54. 54 looks good. It's all purple-ish. All you Prince fans out there. So, the whole field looks to be in plowed state. So, I'm just kind of drop my plow over here to the side. Hey, there's a little room over here to kind of expand the field out a little bit too. Something to think about, because I don't know why I guess they kind of had this space here on the side so the phone would have someone to kind of stage your equipment. But yeah, you can put you dangerously close to those trees unless I came over there and kind of eradicated some of those trees. Before we go do that right here, let me go over here and kind of take a look and make a little assessment, because we could bring this field out closer to the road and get a little more. Oh, no, that's why they didn't go. Get on this end and start to get into the terrain more sloping and going into a hill. Okay, I was wondering why they cut it off so far from the road like that, and they could have expanded it out a little bit more. So I don't think I messed with expanding it, just kind of floating that around. But I could mess around and expand it into a regular shape. I don't know if I want to do that right now. But just checking it out, just food for thought. Alright, so now we should be able to come through with the stone picker. So we turn it on. And run through the field. And while we do, pick it up. Now we're able to pick up the stones. Again, I just think that's a weird design right there. How they set the game up as far as how the stones work. I don't quite get it again. spots of stones, and that's gonna drive me crazy. So I just want to make sure that I get it all. So I'm just gonna have to watch carefully watch the worker while he runs through and de-stones this field, because I don't want him to miss any spots. And then if there's some little area that's really hard to see, I just totally miss that they miss somewhere, miss picking up the stones on the field. And let's go in the filters menu. You can actually see the stones. That was one of the things they added in one of the early game updates, and now you see all the little red dots. Those are all your different types of stones. You have small, medium, and large stones, and they're kind of color coded in the menu. Small being yellow, medium is kind of like an orange, yellow orange type of color, and then your big rocks are the red ones. And like I was saying about the setup for the base game fields, all the base game fields have stones in them, and that's just it. That was how they design these. And it's kind of weird too, and like there should be, I don't know why they didn't incorporate stones into contracts. Also had it set up so when AI workers are working the fields, they also work the stones from the fields as well. And that's just like I say, Farming Simulator 22 is an incredible game. I love it. It's my favorite game of all time. With the Farming Simulator games, they took me away from all the other games I used to play. And I'm an avid sports gamer, even though I'm not that great at them. But I'm good, not great. Had a lot of different sports games, but I just love playing sports game. I also love playing role-playing games. I used to spend a lot of time on Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the favorite games of all time. Still spend a lot of time there, but when I got hooked on Farming Simulator 22, that was pretty much the end. I also have some of the more popular games out there. I got Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, of course. I got all the Assassin's Creed Origins. I got all the latest and greatest Assassin's Creed games. The one where you're in Rome or whatever it was, like is it Odyssey? Yeah, it's Origins and Odyssey. I got that. A few other different games. My game collection is actually pretty extensive. Of course, the Witcher series and a few others, but this is a game that dominates my game play time. I have a few other favorites I like. Love State of Decay 2. I think I mentioned that before. In fact, I might do some alternate episodes with me kind of hopping in and playing a community in State of Decay 2, and I might be another little short series that I'll do and just kind of show you guys kind of that game. Even though a lot of folks would say, "Oh, that's not a AAA game." It's probably a 2A game at best, but it's still an incredibly fun game. And one of the things that's cool about that game is the development team is fully committed to that game. And oh shucks, I'm sitting here talking and he's fully ready to go. All right. little random thing where he misses spots. So let's just keep watching and see how he does. Yep, I'm standing in the way. Let's see how far he makes it. I'm thinking he'll probably have another full load. He'll need to dump another load of stones before we're done with this field. Let's just kind of stay tuned and see how it goes. While he's doing that, let me go over to my game menu. Well, we're in day 1 of June. Going over to my crop calendar. What's up in June? Just the barley. In July we have some other crops. I know our canola field will be up there. What my other ones are. Let's go take a peek at their growth states. Crop types. Alright. Yeah, you can see 40 and 40's definitely going to be ready to harvest in July. 42 may hit in August, and 41 and 43 are still a ways off. 50's a ways off. That's the corn. These are my grapes. This 41's for sugar cane. 40's oat. 42's wheat. And we'll pretty much do the same stuff on 42 that we did on 54 as far as how we're going to work the field, with the exception of the stone picking, because I've already done that for this field. So we should see any more stones in this field unless I had to plow it again, and then whether or not we'd have stones would depend on which type of plow I used. Wind blowing sound in the background. I'm sorry about that. That's I have my my fan blowing in the background, which kind of creates background noise when I'm on live. And I hope. Sorry about that. You've probably been sitting here listening to half this stream with that whole little background wind blowing, making it sound like I'm outdoors, but I'm not outdoors. That's just my fan blowing, and for whatever reason my mic team seems to just pick up that background noise, and it's really interesting to me how it ignores a lot of other background noise, and it picks up the wind blowing from the fan that's actually way off in the background, and it sounds like the wind's blowing right over the mic, you know. So in addition to playing Farming Simulator 22, we're also playing standing outside while playing Farming Simulator 22 simulator. Alright, so stone picker's just about full with another load. We're gonna get the TLX over there that was working in the stone picker arc and have him dump the next load into the dump trailer of my TLX. So I guess we just had to hit that sweet spot so he can sense that I'm behind him and go ahead and dump those stones into my trailer. All right, so fire it up and keep going. Let's go take a little bit of time for him to finish up that job. Take a peek at my environmental scores for my fields. Everything's looking good except for that. And these fields are what they are because they're new fields and not just now, and we're just now getting them into the rotation as far as precision farming is concerned. So it's going to take me a little bit of work in the next upcoming seasons to get these numbers up for these other fields. Alright, bear with me, and folks, I just was sitting here thinking about something, and then I just totally lost my entire train of thought. I don't know what's been going on with me tonight, just a little bit off. Alright, but there's our worker with the stone picker just chugging along, and what we were trying to do was just take a peek at this crop calendar to see if there's any other calendar. Just struggling with my words. It's just the default position for me tonight as I can't talk and enunciate and pronounce certain words for whatever reason. All right, but a lot of the other activities or crops that I have, fields that I have, won't be ready to go until we get into next month. So I think with this field, I'm just gonna actually keep it on barley. So we'll just plant some more barley in this field. We'll just leave it as the barley field for right now. And just bear with me, folks. Energy is kind of all over the place. And just kind of flipping through the menus. Let's see. Do we have any things of interest that could be sold during the month of June? Olives is great to be sold during June. Soybeans. Okay, soybeans are up. So, hold that thought. Which marketplace is offering the best price? It looks like Goldcrest Valley. Alright. Corn is best to be sold in December. Potatoes December, sugar beet January. Same thing for cut. Cotton is best in February. Sugar cane is August. And next time I could probably just go ahead and do sell my sugar cane, because there's a bit of a backlog in our sugar processing, and it's due to the production chains being maxed out on certain products that require sugar for the recipes. Mm. And just peeping through the prices menu for other things to see where we're at as we go through our production chain items. Your bread, your cake, your butter, cheese, fabric, which I don't have right now on this map. Same thing with clothes. And then your actual price for sugar. Honey is February. Cereal, February. Sunflower oil is February. Canola's November. Olive is June. And so on and so forth. But you get the gist. So we could do something with soybeans if we are so inclined to do so. And our workers ready to dump a load of stones. Alright, so we're still just hanging out here and watching our little stone picker guy kind of do his thing, and then we'll kind of take it from there. Guys, again, just kind of bear with me tonight. I know there's a few moments of dead silence here tonight. And again, I apologize for that. I know I'm kind of a little bit all over the place, but you know, still here and still having fun and still getting with it. But this is all we got going for the moment. Alright, but while he's doing that, we can take a peek at some other things to see if we have any other stuff out there we might need to get, excuse me, taken care of. But all the animals look good. Pigs, we sell them about 10 months. I don't know what's the best age to sell our cows, or is that even necessary, as long as they're per se producing milk. All right. You just gotta make sure I'm still keeping a close eye to the worker so he's not sitting idle when he's all filled up. Alright. And I guess also while he's doing that, let's just go back over to the menus. And I think I also touched on this during the last live, just kind of checking out some of the areas on the map and other areas that I don't own, and just thinking out loud whether I'm ready to expand yet or do I want to continue to wait on it. I worked this farm up from scratch to where we are now, and it's a very profitable farm and has a nice account balance, and you don't want to kind of burn through that because these all things that you can use. And we're almost done with the stone picking in this field. You can see the stone picker is up to about 75% of its capacity already, so it's definitely going to need. We're definitely going to need to dump another load before we finish off this field. And just for amusement purposes, guys, imagine if this was a much larger field and you're trying to get all the stones off of a field that's, hundreds and hundreds of meters in size, or yards in feet in size. And you're doing it that, what is that, I forget, what's the width of that plow? Excuse me, that's the stone picker. Yeah, 5.5 meters, and you're doing it at 5.5 meters. That, if you had a super large field, that still would take a lot of time. All right, workers, all filled up again. So it's time to unload. Once again, I'm in the way. Get out the way so worker can do his thing and get all turned around. All right. And the next thing we want to do after we get the finish with the stones in this field is we want to go ahead and put some lime down, so we at least have that out of the way. We wouldn't want to do fertilizer yet because there's no crops to be add fertilizer to. And we'll come back and add the fertilizer after we replant barley. As it stands right now, going back to the crop calendar, we would not be able to plant the barley until September. That's not that bad though, so we can go ahead and put new fresh barley down in a couple of months. So there's that. Alright. And think now might be a good moment for a quick screenshot for tonight's stream. So let's go ahead and work on getting that squared away. Let me we'll hide the help window for a moment. Kind of zoom in and let me see what kind of angle I want to get. Alright, we just about got this field just about done. And quickly just want to go back and take a peek in the filters and the heads up display over on the side where you can see the stones, and just making sure there's no stones left in the field. And it looks like that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump everything that we do have into our dump trailer for the TLX 3500. And we're just going to go ahead and unload our stones. And that's pretty much it as far as the stone picking work goes. Except we also have a production chain that we can do something else with the stones other than just sell them to the stone crusher. We have a production chain with a stone crusher that takes those stones and water and grinds those stones into lime. take these stones over to that stone crusher, so these stones can be converted into lime. I just missed the mark. My apologies. Just drove right on by my intended destination. Again, spacing out. Just not all there tonight. Alright. And here's our handy dandy stone crusher. So let's go ahead and back our truck right up into. Where's the unload point at? Fuel point. That's the pickup point. We want the unload point. Here we go. Drop our stones off. Alright. And there we have it. No stones. Well, let me make sure we have it turned, the production turned on, but alright, yeah, so the stones are in there, and again, this building only requires a water input and stones input, and it creates lime from those two ingredients. And we could stand to top off the water, but it's in the green, so it's okay for now. When it starts getting into the yellow and the red, then we want to go ahead and fill this device back up to its maximum capacity. Yeah, heard that one too. It's pretty sad story. All right. Let's see. Uh-oh, just checking out my mini BGA. We almost maxed out in an electric charge, so we're gonna have to buy at least a vehicle that uses an electric charge so we can kind of get rid of some of that stored electric charge we got over here. Alright, where was I? Okay. Well, we're done with the TLX, so we can go ahead and kind of send him home back to the main farm. Alright, so next up is we're going to get some lime down on this field. So we're going to go over to our main farm and grab the lime spreader. Fill it up with some lime and go apply lime to that field. Alright, gate up. That's right, we already have a different tractor that we use for our spraying operations. That's where our Kubota branded equipment comes into play. Talked about this a little bit on the last couple of streams. Kubota is one of my favorite brands, and I may end up buying a bit more Kubota branded equipment, but because some of that equipment doesn't have big horsepower, Alright, right now this my spreader is filled with fertilizer. We don't need that right now. We need to swap out the fertilizer and get some lime going. So I'm gonna head come here and unload a couple of times, so make sure we get it's gonna be a few. Now we're all empty. Then we have a lime silo on the main farm, so we're going to go to that silo now. And that's right, I forgot I had the help one hidden because I'm want to take a screenshot, which I never did, so we'll take the one right now. This is a nice sweet one. So I can bring the help menu back up because I don't know the buttons off the top of my head like that. So I still need to be able to see a little help window so I can know when I hit the trigger. Alright, so we're loading this bad boy up with some lime. Fuel rate's kind of slow, so that's quite a lot of lime. All right, there we go, 10,000 liters, all full. So we can head over to field 54. Put some lime down. And we're going to take a little shortcut over to where 54 is located at. Alright, so here we are. Field 54, and we need to put some lime down. We're going to leave the automatic application state turned on. So we're going to go ahead and Let's spread some lime out. I hate it when I miss areas. So I want to make sure we have it over the edge, but not too far over the edge. Alright. I was hoping we can get through this whole field without having to refill on our lime, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I think we're gonna cut it close, but let's see. These numbers are dissipating rather quickly. And then when you calculate in all these little areas I continue to miss. All right, looks like we got the lime down. And we can take our equipment back to our own equipment back to the farm. And our leased equipment, we can go ahead and return that back. So first of all, we're gonna deal with getting the lime all squared away. Alright, so back at the main farm, we want to come over here and unload our lime and just pick up the fertilizer, because we're going to use fertilizer a lot more often than the lime. Alright, so we got that equipment. And now we're just going to go ahead and park this tractor. I could do some maintenance and gas and all that stuff, but I don't see no need to do that right now. We haven't had that this tractor that long. Let's close this gate. Alright, so what are we doing? Okay. Let's go ahead and grab the TLX. I'm going to go ahead and actually, no, we don't need to do that, do we? We just put this all this back in the same device that it came from. My bad, my brain's just been all over the place. So we do need to bring out that other tractor. Not done with this one yet. Alright, and just going to take this tractor over there to where our fertilizer pallets are, and just load those back into the fertilizer spreader device, and we should be good to go. We got a couple of more containers that we need to load. So grab those two containers, excuse me, those last few containers. Alright, and we got that fertilizer out of the way, so now we can go park this tractor. And now we're done with that particular piece of equipment for right now. And we can go ahead and close that garage. Alright, and now if we go up on check out the field on the heads-up display, and it should show, let's see, right now it's showing that it's cultivated, which technically when you do the stones it really is like it cultivates the field as well. And if you look over in the precision farming menu, you can see the pH levels are all in the good areas or where they need to be. And if we hop over to the field, we don't have a piece of equipment over it, so we have to physically drive over there. Yeah. I know you're looking like, okay, what is he doing? Again, just been one of those nights where I'm kind of all over the place. But if you actually go out here to the field and look at it, physically look at it on the field, and look at the field info, you can see it shows the pH value is perfect. Nitrogen is still low, but that'll be addressed at a future state once we put our crop down, our barley crop, plant our barley crop, and then we'll apply nitrogen after we plant our crop. There's really no point, and it will serve no benefit to putting the nitrogen down before we have our crop planted. So that pretty much covers everything I think we can do today. There's a few things we need to check with our our BGA, but that's about it. So let's go over to our production chains and look at our mini BGA. And as I noted earlier, we're almost maxed out on electric charge. So there's that we may need to address. And that's about it there. And as far as our other productions are concerned, our industrial bakery is running very low on flour. And what about our other bakery? What is it doing? Yeah. A grain mill has plenty of flour, so I don't know why the industrial bakery is running so low. Because we have flour being distributed on the map, so the bakery should be grabbing what it needs to go in order to keep the production chain going. And let's go over there to that our distribution center and make sure all that's turned on and set up the way it needs to be. So we're looking at flour. Alright, I guess it wasn't turned on. Well, it is now. Outgoing products, flour, distributing. And then make sure it's set to distributing from the flour grain mill. Yeah, okay. So that's why that number was never advancing, because we never even had it set to distributing. I was wondering why that wasn't going down as quickly as it should have been. And the sugar cane's set to distributing, and it's still sitting at basically being maxed out as far as our outgoing sugar is going. We still have space in the building storage for sugar cane, but it's as far as processing all that where that sugar cane is being processed into sugar and it being shipped out or distributed out, it's maxed out to capacity. So no issues there. Yeah, I think we're all good with everything else. Fertilizer to digestate. Oh, that's maxed out. So we could sell off some fertilizer. Let's see if we can kind of release the pressure there. But let's go ahead and grab our TLX first and get this leftover lime. We drop that over into our lime silo. Unload that. Go over to our fertilizer production chain and grab a load of that as well, and drop that, as much of that as we can, into the fertilizer silo. And any excess fertilizer we can either store it or sell it. I'm just going to opt for selling right now, so we'll just go ahead and fill this trailer up however much it'll hold. And it should be, oh, that's right, I got it set on that unreal capacity. I forgot about that. It's 182,000 liters. First, before we try to sell it, we'll go over to the fertilizer silo on my main farm and dump as much of this as we can into storage in that silo. And then what we don't get rid of there, we'll go ahead and sell that. So let's go over to our prices menu, and we're going to look up solid fertilizer. Look back over to whatever your buy points are for fertilizer, and that's going to be Goldcrest Valley. So that's basically our real sale point. And we actually had 2 items that we can sell over at Goldcrest Valley, and one of those were soybeans, which I kind of forgot about. Oops, going the wrong direction. We're going to Goldcrest Valley and sell our fertilizer. And more than likely that'll be the last big thing we're doing tonight. We'll probably, when we come back in on the next episode, we'll go ahead and sell our, do a load of soybeans and sell that as well and see how much we make off of that. Alright, now we're here. We're just going to take our 3,500 and this load of fertilizer over to the rail sale point. That was pretty neat. I didn't know I was going to do that. That was our actual jump. Should have added the yeehaw sound effect to that one. Excuse me, sound effect. Alright, so we're going to dump our fertilizer into the train station grain silo. Quite a bit of fertilizer there. Alright, looking good there. So now what we're going to do is just call the train. And the rent the train's $1,000 per hour. So we're going to go ahead and pay that fee to rent the train. And now we just wait on wait for the train to arrive. And we're coming up on the last 3 minutes of the stream. And hopefully we'll have the train arrive and before time's up on the stream. But I'm not so sure because it's quite a ways away. As we're coming up in the last few minutes of the stream, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in and watching. As always, continue to like, comment, and subscribe. I love to receive your feedback and actually govern what we want to do on future episodes. As always, you can find me on all of the most popular major social media platforms, and I'm Bose831 Gaming on all of them. Bose831 Gaming on Instagram, Bose831 Gaming on Facebook, Bose831 Gaming on Twitch, Bose831 Gaming on Twitter, Bose831 Gaming on YouTube. All of these episodes I upload the replay onto YouTube, and if you catch me on YouTube, I do live streams on Wednesdays and Saturdays on Twitch, and these are those same episodes are the episodes that I upload to YouTube. Like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? Alright, here comes the train. Just in time. Maybe we Might get lucky and get this in before time runs out on us tonight. Maybe we'll do just a small little bit of overtime tonight. Alright, so we gotta bring the train up to the grain silo field point. Alright. I'll wait for the start filling dialog to appear. There we go. And just have to find the right product in the menu here. Where is it? There we go. Solid fertilizer. Got 96,000 liters. And unload all of that into the train. I don't know if the train will hold all 96,000, but we'll see how much we can get in there before it reaches its max capacity. Alright. We got it all in there. So now we can go ahead and take it away, and the train's on its way to Goldcrest Valley. And it's 9 o'clock, so looks like where we're going to end it. I think we're going to do probably maybe a minute or two overtime, because I do want to make sure we see what happens when the train reaches its destination on the other side of the map. So let's go ahead and do that now, and hopefully this won't carry us too far over, maybe a minute or two. But here, you can check out the scenery as we head over here. We pass the next train leasing point. That's one train lease point. We just passed our cow barn. Now we're coming up from another industrial area over by a grape processing plant, and I forget what kind of a plant this is over here by Field 57. We're coming through there too, and this is another train point, load and unload point. Alright, there we go. That's what we're looking for, and the train is headed to Goldcrest Valley. And yes, you want to sell the goods at Goldcrest? Great Scott, $274,801 with a $28,543 environmental score reward bonus. Incredible. Sounds so good. Basically, roughly $300,000 worth of profit of that fertilizer alone right there. And that's where we're going to end it tonight, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Have an incredible, incredible night. And catch you on the next stream. Catch you on the flip side.